For the third time tonight, and hopefully last time, if I have to restart again, I think I'm just going to call it for the night, to be honest. Hi everyone, Skylar Stardrift here. Welcome to the stream. And welcome to the Japan stream part 3. I didn't think we would get to part... Well, I thought this would be the final, but no, it's not. Tonight, we're going to go over the treasure hoard. And I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I did get 30 minutes in and then realized that there was a mistake. So, hopefully now, there isn't going to be a mistake. And hopefully we'll be fine. Anyway, welcome to floor. If I can... Just do that. There we go. Oh, hairy leg. Welcome to floor. You might notice the VTuber model is not here. VTuber model is not here because... Oh, actually... I should probably go up there, actually. And not cover up the chat.
We asked Dank's customers to tell us just how...
And of course there's an ad.
Here's what they had to say.
VTuber is not here because, well, there's nowhere to put the webcam, to be honest. And I'm actually looking at chat over here on the laptop
The comfort of home.
while still running OBS on my main screen. I actually cannot see my computer screen right now. It is behind me. I'm sitting on the floor. I thought about doing this on my table that I've got, where I used to do all the card streams. However, I decided that would be too difficult to move the microphone around, because I would have to move it quite extensively and extend the USB and everything else. The way I used to do the card streams was I used to grab the boom mic and I would just stretch it as far out as it would go. But I feel as though that would be a little unprofessional and I would sound very far away if I were to do that on the... if I were to do that for a whole stream. So we're just sitting on the floor today. With a very old carpet. Anyway, I figured I would go over the stuff that I bought on the trip. I'm gonna separate this up a little bit. Hi, The Limited. Welcome back, I suppose. I'm gonna separate this into a few parts. So we're gonna start off with the shirts that I bought and the clothes. Then I've got the tote bags. Then I've got the finger puppets. And then we'll see from there. I haven't yet decided where we're going from that. So, to start things off, everyone else has already seen this stuff, but too bad, too sad, you're getting it again, is this beanie. This beanie is themed around the winter theme that they made, or, well, the winter stuff that they have on the Nintendo Switch 2 around Christmas time. I bought this at the Nintendo store in Tokyo. But there are two problems with this beanie. First and foremost, it's nowhere near as warm as the beanie that I had taken to Japan in the first place. So, it wasn't useful. And secondly, and I'm not gonna get my face going here, but the beanie is also massively big. I just realized you're on the camera. You can go off of the camera there. The beanie is massively big, and if I put it on, I can pull it over my entire head. It's just a little bit big. Next up, at the Nintendo Museum, they have shirts of the various consoles. Everything from the Famicom all the way up to the Nintendo Switch 2. Everything has a shirt, yes, including the Virtual Boy. So I bought quite a few shirts from there. Starting off with the GameCube shirt. So yeah, it has the logo, and it also has on the other side, it has the year that the console released in Japan. So the GameCube has the 2001 here, which I'm doing a very poor job of showing. I also bought the Super Famicom shirt. Oh, the funny thing with the GameCube shirt too was I bought all of the shirts in medium size, but because Japan's sizing is different to Australia's sizing, I realized that the shirts might be very tight, so I had to go back to the counter, which was a bit awkward, to be honest, and say, hey, I need other sizes of shirts. I need, like, the next size up. Now, the staff were very helpful. They more than happy to just be like, okay, no problem, and they exchanged the shirts. The only problem was the GameCube shirt. They did not have a large size shirt. So I got an extra large GameCube shirt. The other problem with these shirts is that it's a bit hard to tell on the camera, but all of the logos and everything on the shirt is not woven into the fabric properly. It's just in some sort of like adhesive sticker that is put onto the shirt. Here's the Game Boy Advance one. Which, in all honesty, I probably should have gotten the 3DS shirt instead of the Game Boy Advance one, but I like the color of the Game Boy Advance one. And to be fair, I did play my GBA a lot back in the day. So that's 2001. Also, the Super Famicom one is 1990 there. Yeah. Also, I deeply apologize, but you're gonna hear Spotify ads because, unfortunately, it's a bit more of an effort to turn around and stop them. Rounding off the Nintendo logo shirts, we also have probably the worst looking one, which is the Nintendo 64 one. I don't know what they were thinking. It looks horrible. I bought it because I like the Nintendo 64, but boy does this thing look awful. This should have been on a white shirt or something. Or better still, maybe they should have used the transparent logo, because the transparent logo does exist, and picked a different colored shirt. 1996 for that one. I still got it anyway, I wanted it, but yeah, it's honestly not the best. Also, did I show off the year for the GBA? I can't remember, but it's 2001 there. Also from the Nintendo Museum, because they were celebrating the 40th anniversary of Super Mario Bros., they had a 40th anniversary Super Mario Bros. Shirt, which is very cool. And on the back it says since 1985. Almost done with the shirts. Almost. From the Nintendo store in Osaka, though, we have probably one of my favorite shirts that I picked up, which was this. This is a Hanafuda design shirt. So, a few years ago on the Nintendo 3DS, Nintendo made a 3DS theme featuring Hanafuda cards, because back in the day they used to make Hanafuda cards. So they made a 3DS theme with all the Mario characters, or well, some of the Mario characters, with these Hanafuda designs. So seeing some official merch was very cool. So of course I had to have the shirt. Featuring Mario, Peach, Fox Luigi, or Kitsune Luigi, I believe, is the proper name, Yoshi and Toad, and then you've got Mario and Toad having a game of Hanafuda down there. Hanafuda cards represent the months of the year with stylized illustrations of seasonal flowers. I have no idea how to play it, so don't ask, but I did like that shirt. From the Sega store in Tokyo, I picked up a Sonic Racing Crossworld shirt that looked really cool. Check that out. These were probably my favorite shirts that I picked up aside from the Hanafuda Mario shirt. And also, I think these are still adhesives, but they feel a little bit better than the Mario ones. And there's a logo on the back there. They had several designs of these. I picked up the Sonic one. And I also picked up the Shadow the Hedgehog one, because that looked really good as well. I think the Shadow one was the one that caught my eye, and then the Sonic one after that was like, okay, yeah, I need that too. So yeah. I think the third shirt had a combination of characters. I think it was Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, Amy, and Shadow on it, I think. Maybe even Dr. Eggman. I'm not entirely sure which characters were on that shirt, though. Alright. Next up, we have the single hoodie. I'm rounding up the clothes. We have the single hoodie that I bought on the trip, which is this thing. I'm so glad that I found this at Nintendo in Osaka, at the Nintendo store in Osaka, because they did not have it at the Nintendo store in Tokyo. This is a hoodie featuring Mario in a huge number of his different power-ups over the years. You have Penguin Mario, you have Ice Mario, you have Propeller Mario, Cape Mario, Tanuki Mario, Propeller Mario, Metal Mario was even there. Fire Mario, Boom Mario, Ice Mario, Hammer Mario, even Karibo's Shoe Mario. Whole range of power-ups. And I'm so glad to have found this, because my friend Doki who came with us to Japan, has had this hoodie that they bought in Nintendo World, not Nintendo World, at the Nintendo store, the last time they went to Japan. And I have been so jealous of it ever since. So being able to find the damn thing was amazing. Alright. So let's move on then to probably the next least interesting thing, I think, which is tote bags. I bought a whole slew of different tote bags whilst I was there, starting off with the Snoopy ones. So I got a tiny little... This is actually quite a small little Snoopy tote bag here. It's got like a little inner pocket as well. Snoopy is very big in Japan. This was released... This was for the 75th anniversary, apparently. I'm not even sure what year that was. But they still had this sitting on the store shelves. This is one of the first things I bought, too. And they also had a black one, which was a bit bigger. And has a zip on the top. So Snoopy is very big in Japan. It is quite surprising how big Snoopy actually is. I mean, there's that whole area at Universal Studios. So then I also got this one. This is the biggest tote bag that I bought, by the way, whilst I was at Japan. Or in Japan, which is this tote bag from the Kirby Cafe. This was actually from the Kirby Cafe merch store. This was not from the Kirby Cafe itself, and the reason being is because you have to book to go and sit in the Kirby Cafe. Although it did look relatively empty when we walked past it. So yeah, there's that. Actually, I'll show this one off first this time. And then from the Pokemon Center in Tokyo, I bought 2 more tote bags featuring very cute little designs of the Pokemon. This is from a company called B-Side Label, apparently. Was there anything on the back of the Kirby Cafe one? Yeah, the Kirby Cafe one's blank. I thought so. Yes, I thought these were very cool. And decently sized too. And then I bought this one as well, which has a few more Pokemon on it. I also just noticed that there is actually a Pokeball on this one. I love the little cute designs that they did of the Pokemon. There was a few other pieces of merch with these designs. Can't remember what they were though. I don't think there were any shirts or anything. Right. I suppose next up, we should talk about the finger puppets, huh? So, my friends know about this, but I'm not sure if I've talked about it on stream before, but I collect finger puppet figures. Pokemon do an entire range of these called the Pokemon Kids lineup. Also, I just found out whilst I was on the trip that they actually have a social media account, and I started following it. Oops, spoilers. So, the first one that I bought was Mew, and I bought Mew in Singapore airport. There wasn't a Pokemon store or anything like that. No, this was just a regular old general store, and I picked up a Mew finger puppet. I thought this was a good sign of things to come. It wasn't. I could not find Pokemon Kids figures in the Pokemon store. Believe it or not. The 2 Pokemon stores that I went to, could not find them. I believe the next ones that I bought were these Kirby finger puppets, possibly. These were in blind boxes, so I actually got the spider enemy from Kirby Planet Robobot. I don't remember its name because I never played Kirby Planet Robobot. I actually do have it, but I've never played it. Also, I refuse to call it Kirby Planet Robobot. I keep calling it Kirby Planet Robobot. But there's also I did actually get a Kirby, so I was pretty happy about that. It would have been a bit awkward if I didn't get a Kirby. Staying on theme with the Kirby, though, I did get 2 finger puppets from the Kirby Cafe merch store as well. So there's like a little Chef Kirby there. And I also got a little waiter Waddle Dee, which is very cute. I was originally just going to get the Waddle Dee, and then I was like, well, no, if I'm going to get the Waddle Dee, I should get the Kirby as well, so I got the Kirby. At a regular candy store that we just so happened to see, it was like a little pop-up candy store in the middle of the shopping mall. They had some Pokemon Kids figures, and one of them was a shiny Zygarde. So I immediately swooped and grabbed that. This was the only shiny Zygarde that they had left, and also in that range was a shiny Lucario. However, they didn't have the shiny Lucario there. So I believe these Kirby figures are not blind boxed. These Kirby figures are blind boxed, and Pokemon Kids figures are not blind boxed. Unfortunately, they didn't have the shiny Lucario at that store. So instead, whilst we were at a second-hand toy store, which I bought quite a bit from, oh boy, did I ever buy quite a bit from. I found the shiny Lucario. So I did end up picking it up. And then lucky last was kind of a disappointment, really. So there was a Godzilla store alongside the Nintendo store in Tokyo, and a bunch of other. It's like a giant character store, I suppose. So there's like Nintendo, Pokemon, Capcom, Sega. So they had a Godzilla store, and they were doing a Evangelion cross Godzilla promotion, and there were blind boxes there, and I thought these were finger puppets, so I'm actually disappointed on two fronts. So first and foremost, I ended up getting Ray, which I know a lot of people will be mad about me getting annoyed with, but to be fair, the Godzilla figures were very cool because they were fused with the Evangelions, or the Evas. So I was a little disappointed when I ended up getting a Ray figure instead. Also, secondly, they're not actually finger puppets. So I was tricked. Surprisingly, that's all the finger puppets I ended up buying whilst I was in Japan. Alright, let's move on to some miscellaneous stuff. Let's start off with these. These are from Tokyo Disneyland. So, Tokyo Disneyland has these little coin slots that you can generate souvenir coins with. So I did 3 of these, only 3 of them. I'm not sure how well these will show up on the camera, but not very well, I suppose. That one's of Goofy and Max. I thought that one was very cool. And then, of course, I ended up picking up 2 Nick Wilde ones from Zootopia. So there's the first design there. Nick being my favourite character from Zootopia and Zootopia 2. So I picked up the first one. And then I also picked up the second one, because why not? Alright. That's finger puppets and the coins done. So let's move on to some more miscellaneous stuff, shall we? Let's start off with these, I think. First off, here's a badge. Or a pin of some kind. This is from the icons that Nintendo made for 2024's Christmas season. They also showed up in the 2025 Christmas season all on the Nintendo Switch and Nintendo Switch 2 online services. I used this as my icon for the longest time, so seeing it actually get merch was very cool. So I have no idea what I'm going to do with it, but I'll think of something. And are you ready for the only piece of merch in the Pokemon Center featuring the substitute doll? You ready? That's it. It's a character standee. That's it. That's your lot. No plush toys, no nothing. That's it. I'm so disappointed, it's not even funny. I bought what was there because there was nothing else. Ugh! I know that there's a finger puppet of the substitute doll. I even have a Pikachu hugging a substitute doll finger puppet. I also just wanted a plush toy. But apparently I can't have that. Alright. Now we're actually all caught up with the previous stream, so here we go. This is the new stuff. Pay attention. We'll start off with this. Probably the dumbest thing that I bought. This was from the Sega store. Survival Japanese with Sonic the Hedgehog. Learn at Sonic Speed. Phrases, greetings, culture, and manners. All you need for an amazing stay in Japan. I say this is the dumbest thing that I bought. Because guess who didn't read it? If you guessed Skylar, you'd be right. I didn't read it. It went in my suitcase, And then I did not open it again. I did check out a few things, and the artwork is actually quite cute. It's like a, yeah, saying sorry and thank you the Japanese way. Which I thought there was a, This was also the first page that I turned to. Phrases. This is a chili dog. This is not a chili dog. Is this a chili dog? There's also a free audio download available. But yeah, the entire... Yeah, like... Practice the useful phrases. This is a chili dog. This is not a chili dog. Is this a chili dog? So silly. Oh, there we go. I like the artwork. That's very cute. But yeah, I ended up not... I ended up not reading any of this, and now it's too late to read it because I'm back home. Oops. That was a silly purchase. I mean, I guess I have it now in case I go back to Japan. I better read it then. More miscellaneous stuff, I think. I finally have a Sora amiibo. Yay! Took me long enough. Couldn't find him here in Australia, believe it or not. So I was just like, cool, I'm just gonna wait until I go to Japan because they should have every amiibo. And sure enough, they not all in one store, but across multiple locations. I'm pretty sure I saw every single amiibo that has ever been released. And if not, damn near close to it. Then I have these. So these are the Hanafuda designs again, you might have noticed. These are little face towels or well, not even hand towels. They're more like little face towels or washlets. I just wanted them because they had the Hanafuda designs. Because of course I did. Speaking of that, there is something else in here. There's an entire box just sitting next to me, and I'm just pulling stuff out. There is... Okay. Well, I mean, I grabbed this, so I can show this off next. So, whilst we were at Skytree, which you saw the videos of on Monday night, I bought a little souvenir magnet featuring the Peanuts gang. I just thought that was cool. I have a weird habit of buying fridge magnets because I don't know what to buy my dad when I go on holiday. So I end up just buying fridge magnets and sticking them on the fridge. Ah, there they are. Is that... Okay. Let's have some semblance of order here, I suppose. Also, by the way, how's the audio tonight? Can people hear me just fine? I don't want to open this, at least not yet, but this is like, I believe, I'm actually not sure what this is exactly, but it looks like a little set of the Hanafuda cards, featuring all the little designs there. Yep, you sound great, cousin. Alright, cool. Thank you, cousin Ken. These are very, very small. Like, this is the size of my hand. I could hold these in one hand very easily. I'm not sure if it's like a whole... if it's like a playable deck or what this is, to be honest. I actually have no idea. I just wanted it because, again, it had the Hanafuda designs on it. And I am a sucker for those. It looked like a deck, so I bought it. But it might actually be like a pin or something. Like a random pin, maybe? But yeah, I don't want to open that just yet. I suppose we can find out what it is. If I can get it open. I actually have no idea how to get this thing. Oh, okay, that's how I get it open. Alright, what is this? Am I right? Is this like a little deck of miniature cards or something? Or is this something else? I mean, I have no idea what this is. It's heavy, whatever it is. That sounds like... it looks like cards to me. Oh man, I don't really want to open this because it feels like I'm going to destroy the box. But I suppose... yeah, that worked. Welcome to my unboxing stream. What are you? Oh, it is Hanafuda cards! I think. That looks like Hanafuda cards to me. Let me see if I can get these out. Very, very carefully. It is! Oh, I'm so happy with that. Okay, we're going to be here for the next, like, half an hour, because I need to show these off. These feel quality. I'm assuming these are... okay, hold on. Let me put those to the side. This is showing off all the different designs, and I think is telling you of the sets that you can make when you play the game. There are also Hanafuda designs that were not featured on the theme. Here, so that's very cool. And I'm assuming these are... that looks like a set of instructions on how to play. Love the Mario and Toad having a game of Hanafuda. Man, how did this thing fold? I mean, it's got very clear crease lines, but it's just all over the place. That did not fold like that. It wants to fold like that, but it did not fold like that. Okay, let's take a look at these. These cards are so tiny. So the back is plain, but the card details themselves are unique. So you got a Stalk with Baby Mario. 3 of the Koopalings, I believe that's Iggy, Morton, and Wendy. A little Shy Guy. Let me throw that in the bin. Comes with a little carry case and everything. There's a Magikoopa? Not a Magikoopa. Oh, what are these guys called? I forget. They're not Magikoopas, they're something else. There's a Magikoopa there. Or one of the... Toadies! That's what they're called. Or it's one of the Toadies again.
Enjoy your afternoon.
There's that Yoshi one that we've seen. And there's a Yoshi egg. I'm going to move these up, and I'm going to try to remember the order that they came in. Because I'm not sure if these are supposed to be shuffled or not. There's a Birdo. I love the fact that there's a baby red Yoshi here. There's Princess Peach. There's Princess Daisy. There's Rosalina and Aluma. And there's Toadette. Many of these were not featured on the 3DS theme, by the way. These are new designs, I think. Donkey Kong in a minecart. There's a Barrel Blast, or a barrel. I'm gonna have to move these up again. I think we're only halfway through them. There's Diddy Kong. Hang on, I should probably show that a bit better, shouldn't I? There's Diddy Kong. There's a bunch of bananas. There's a blooper. And a Cheep Cheep. And Frog Mario. And a Warp Pipe. And Caped Mario. Seen that a couple of times tonight already. Some Bobbums. A Koopa Troopa chasing its shell. A mushroom. I'm gonna start stacking these up. They're getting quite a bit out of hand. Like I said, I'm gonna try and keep them in order as much as I can. Noting that Baby Mario and the Stork were the first ones we saw. I wonder if Hanafuda's cards are actually this size, or if they're actually bigger than this, because these feel very small. I feel like you're not quite supposed to play with these. There's Tanuki Mario. And a Fire Flower. And Kitsune Luigi. And a Bullet Bill. and a boo. And Polterpup. And Luigi from Luigi's Mansion. That's cool. And a bunch of sticky webs. Massive stall here. There's a PD piranha. No, it's a piranha plant. I'm also noticing the different flower designs on these as well. There's a paratrooper. So I believe that the flowers represent the different months of the year or something like that. And then they belong to a suit, I suppose. There's a Lakitu. That's cute. An EP Spiny. You having a nap. Then you have Cat Mario. A Star. Or Starman. A Goomba. A Chain Chomp. Almost there, guys. Mario stomping on a Goomba. Toad. A Spike. And then looks like we have the Bowser suit here. So we got Thwomp. Bowser himself looking extremely menacing. Put these ones up here, but remember the order. The last four are the Koopalings. And lucky last, Bowser Jr. with this yellow signia down the bottom. Very cool. Alright, remembering the order. I shall carefully pick these up. I'm gonna have to, like, lay these all out and take a single photo of all of them, because these are just very cool. The designs are immaculate. Bowser, last four Koopalings, and Bowser Jr. So I'll put these back in. If I can. They're so small and fiddly. The good news is they feel quality, like they don't feel... They've got some thickness to them, so they're not going to bend very easily, which is nice. And the designs on them are very, very, very clear, so you can see what you're doing. But I'm not sure I would really want to play with these. I'd love to get like a little display case for them. And just have them all lined out, you know? Okay, this did not come out of the box very well. Oh wait, hang on. Maybe these are supposed to go in there. And that goes over the... Ah, I see. That's what I don't know. The cards go back in there. Alongside the instructions, I believe. Somehow or another. Sorry, give me a minute. Yeah. This will take some fiddling, I think. Try and squeeze this all back into the box. Come on. Yeah. They're packed in there very tightly. Does help with damage though. Right, and then I think this... Yeah, there we go. That sat in there. And then that closes there. And then this goes back in here. Oh my goodness. And that goes over this way, I think. Yeah. I don't know how I got it back in the packaging, but I got it back in the packaging. Right. On to more miscellaneous stuff. Here's the power band from Nintendo World.
Ever thought about donating blood? Nearly 60% of Australians are eligible. Chances are you are too. It takes
These things are huge, by the way.
with lifeblood.
On your
If you're
wrist.
going to donate, 1 in 3 Aussies will need blood, but only 1 in 30 donates. Now's the time to roll up your sleeves and save lives.
I did throw away the box, but it comes like that in the box. And then you just immediately snap it shut.
Fresh Australian stone fruit
So.
is hand-picked and packed full of sweetness.
That's the thing that you use to punch blocks and things.
Great fresh special, just $4.90 a kilo.
Also at Nintendo World, I got this. So this is something that I've seen on eBay before a couple of times. And I was like, cool, I want this. This is a little Yoshi stacking game. Featuring almost all of the different colors of Yoshi. You got the black one, the light blue, dark blue, purple, white, yellow, orange, pink, red, green. And you can stack them any way you like. It's just a little stacking game. And I thought that's cool. The only Yoshi color missing is brown. But of course no one knows about the brown Yoshi. I love purple Yoshi. Alright. Next up. And I think finishing off the miscellaneous stuff is a little Takara Tomy toy featuring a gold Thomas. Released for the 80th anniversary. Comes with a little fat controller figure too, which is kind of neat. So Takara Tomy make these little vehicles. There was a ton of these. Like, even at Nintendo World, you could buy special ones that were featuring the rides, or the ride vehicles, so you had, like, one with Donkey Kong and a minecart and such. But yeah, I saw this in one store, and I was like, oh, you know, I'll think about that. but I probably should. And a couple of stores later, after seeing it for the third time, I was like, you know what? I'm actually going to get one. So, I ended up buying one, because I'm a huge Thomas fan, in case people haven't figured that one out. Alright. What next? Oh, yeah. I suppose I should show off the stupidest thing that I've got. It's this. It's a French fry keychain. That my friend Doki Who won in a claw machine. These were just really easy to get, by the way. To the point where Doki Who actually ended up getting one for, like, each of us. I suppose miscellaneous Gashapon should come next. Yeah, let's do miscellaneous Gashapon, then do capsule plurale Gashapon. So, starting things off, I think this was one of the first ones that I got, was a little skeleton Stegosaurus plush toy keychain thing. Very cute. So each of these, there's like a whole ton of them that you can get. I don't think I kept the pamphlet for the Stegosaurus one, but I kept the pamphlet for some of the others. This is also very cute. It is a tiny sleeping little fox that is actually a nightlight or a little light of some kind. It's very cute. It does have a little battery slot, so I can actually change the battery as well. There was a Digimon Gashapon, and I got a Gabumon from it. It was like a little Digimon. There was a Gilmon, and I'm so upset that I did not get a Gilmon, and I also didn't return to that Gashapon machine to get another Gilmon. It was the only Digimon Gashapon machine the entire time that I ever saw. I was so upset. I was hoping to see more of this, and I only ever saw that one machine in one location. And I did not go back. Very disappointed. I also have a Kitsune figure. Again, from a Gashapon, believe it or not. I just thought these looked cool, and I wanted one on my desk. So I got one. I liked all of the designs. Aside from maybe this one. This is the one that I got. I do have the pamphlet for that. I will show you the pamphlet in a bit, I think. Alright. Remember that thing that was peeking a little bit ago? I have to be very careful with this because if I look at it funny, it will just fall to pieces. There's also probably my favorite Gashapon is this guy. So again, there's like 5 or 6 different dragons you can collect. There was like a yellow one, which is the one that I've got here. There's a black one, there's a blue one, there's a red one. Again, I've got the pamphlet still in my in the box, so I can show you guys later. I'm kind of disappointed that I didn't get more of these. I should have gotten more of them. They also come in like parts, so you get the whole dragon in one Gashapon, and you even get a cool little stand to put them on. But the wings are different. Or, like, the wings come off, the feet come off as well. Like I said, this is extremely fragile, and if I just look at it funny, it will fall to pieces. It doesn't hold together very well, but what do you expect for 500 yen? It's also the most expensive Gashapon at 500 yen, by the way. I'm gonna put you back over there, because I'm throwing things on this side. speaking of Gashapon, I have a ton of Plurail Gashapon, or what they call Capsule Plurail. So this is Plurail that is just in Gacha. I started collecting this because my friend returned from Japan last year, I think, and said, hey, Skylar, I got you some Plurail Gashapon from Thomas. And I'm like, oh no, what have you done? And as a result, they got me a crane, a random crane, and a truck. And I'm like, well, okay, you started something. And then when they went back to work a couple of months ago, their work has a few Gashapon machines, and they actually got a Capsule Plurail Gashapon machine. So I stood there for like 15-20 minutes just pumping coins into this machine. I got like $30 worth of Gashapon from it. I ended up getting like maybe 1 or 2 actual engines and not a lot of I thought I got a decent amount of track, but I didn't get enough track to make a full loop. And I got a whole bunch of rolling stock. So at that secondhand store that I mentioned on the Shiny Lucario, they also had some Capsule Plurail stuff. So I bought a bunch of it. I didn't actually buy as much as I thought, and I definitely should have bought Toby. So I bought some narrow gauge coaches to start off with. Although they didn't have a single narrow gauge engine available. This is funny. I bought Annie and Clarabelle, but the problem is, in case you haven't figured it out, they put 2 Clarabelles in a bag, and they put 2 Annies in a bag. Actually, never mind, there's only 1 Annie. Because that's a Clarabelle face, and I've only just noticed. So I've got 3 Clarabelles and 1 Annie. I actually thought there was 2 Clarabelles in 1 bag because of the faces, and then there was 2 Annies in 1 bag. No, I am wrong. There's 3 Clarabelles and 1 Annie. Oh well. At least I still have 1 full set. I didn't pick up Toby, but I picked up Mavis. Which was a bizarre choice for me. I should have picked up Toby. I don't know why I didn't. And I also picked up something that's gonna come relevant in a few minutes. I picked up Oliver's Breakdown, Toad. These are also, by the way, covered in stick. Toad has no stickers on him, I'm just noticing. Most of the others are just a bunch of stickers. So, like, Annie and Clarabelle's faces, for example, they are stickers. And then the nameplates are also stickers. They're just, these things are full of stickers. That brings me to the Capsule Plurail that I did actually buy. And we'll start off with this one, because this one's not Thomas branded. This is why it took me a while to set up for the stream, by the way. Because I was busy unwrapping all of the capsules. Because I still have the bloody capsules. So this is just a regular Capsule Plurail. This one's not a wind-up. I thought this one was, but it's not. It also came with 2 pieces of track. Which was also curved track, which was nice, because I need more curved track. Still gonna leave these inside the Gashapons. They also come with a little pamphlet that details like what you can get. And how to connect them and everything else. So yeah, that's the full range there of that one. Yeah. Right. So whilst I was... Gosh, this seems like a Cousin. You have no fucking idea. I don't know what the appeal of Gashapon is. to be completely honest with you, because it feels like gambling. He said, with all of this in front of him. But, for whatever reason, it's huge. And I mean massive. You can walk into a store and find the Gashapon, like, some stores will have dedicated Gashapon areas. Some stores will have dedicated Gashapon floors. Where it's all Gashapon. They're stacked 3 high. And then there's like 100 freaking machines. More than 100. It is just insanity how many there are. So, the one that I collected the most of, though, was this one. There was a Winter Thomas themed Gashapon. And I didn't realize it at the time, but I wanted all of the engines because I thought all of the engines were wind-ups. Sadly, all of the engines were not wind-ups, and only some of them were. However, because I didn't realize that until it was too late, I ended up collecting all of the engines. So that one just had some track. Oh my goodness, I got 3 of the same thing here. Oh, I've missed one. Ah. Botheration, there's one Gasha that I didn't open. Give me a sec, I have to open this. This one, I think, is from Journey Beyond Sodor, which was weird because that movie is quite old. I'm glad that the sticky tape on these is kind of easy to get off. We'll come back to this one in a minute because I want to do the track first, and this one's not track. So, that's 3 of the same thing there. No, that's... okay, so there's more... there's another bit of the white track. So, like I said, this is winter themed. So they had, like, snow track pieces. There's another bunch of the white snow track. I think that's, I think there's a few curves and a few straight pieces in each of these. This was probably the most common one that I got, aside from one other common one that I got. This is the other common one that I got the most of. This is a tiny little mountain piece, and it comes with like a little sheep. You can kind of see the little sheep tucked away inside there. Hold on. I have no idea where the sheep is supposed to stand. There you go. Something like that. Somehow or another, call it good luck or bad luck, I have 3 of these. Of the exact same piece. Like I said, call it good luck, call it bad luck. As a result of this, I didn't end up collecting the entire collection. Like I said, I stopped when I had all of the... well, not like I said, but I stopped when I collected all of the engines. There are definitely 2 pieces of the Scarsha that I'm missing. I'll show you the slip in a minute. Alright, so next up this is the Journey Beyond Sodor one that I got, which is a little truck with some mods in it. That's cute. I've not actually opened any of these. I only opened the sticky tape. And this one also came with a piece of track. They usually come with a piece of track. Ugh. There's a QR code for you. Don't know what that does. Yeah, so this is the Journey Beyond Sodor one. I hate the fact that you have to, like, get 2 different capsule plurals to make the crane. That's mildly annoying. I would have loved to get the bridge or some track pieces or something. But yeah. Ended up with a bit of rolling stock. I'm not going to complain because I don't have a lot of rolling stock, so... Or at least Thomas rolling stock, anyway. These were also 400 yen a pop. These Thomas ones. So not too expensive. I don't think. Alright, so... Okay, we'll start with you, I suppose. So, this is James from that winter set. Unfortunately, the tender engines in this set were not wind-up toys. So they just couple along and get pulled along by the other engines. They also come with sticker sheets, which is why I haven't opened these. I don't want the sticker sheets getting damaged before I have a chance to put them on, and I'm probably going to ask my friend Doki Hu to put them on, because Doki Hu is experienced with these things. And my hands are extremely shaky, and the stickers are going to end up on James's face instead of on James's buffer beams. So... okay. And then I got Edward from the same little range. It's funny because it looks like Edward's supposed to be a whatchamacallit? A wind-up. Because he's got like the little teeth in his in the back wheel there, so it looks like he's supposed to be a wind-up. There's Edward's stickers. So like I said, this is winter themed, so there's a bunch of snow on the sides of the engines. Pack that one back away. Back you go, Edward. And then I picked up Gordon as well, which was honestly kind of cool to see, because sometimes it depends on the series of Gashapon, but sometimes Gordon was actually separated from his tender, which is funny. What's also cool is that I've actually seen Thomas Gashapon, or Thomas Capsule Plurale Gashapon, here in Australia. Just around the place, you know? So remember how I got Toad? Oliver's brake van? Well, there's Oliver. I actually have no idea. You know what? I'm gonna... And there's Oliver's stickers. I'm actually gonna take Oliver out, because I want to see something. No, okay, that doesn't come off. It looks like it does for a second, and then it stops itself. Or does it? Hold on. I can take that off! Oh, yes! Okay, that's awesome. That's really cool. I love that. I don't understand all the plastic consumables in Japan. It seems really wasteful to me. I wasn't sure if I could take the snow off of Oliver, and yes, you can. Oh, that's actually kind of cool. So you can have a regular Oliver, or you can have Oliver as he appeared in one of the episodes. I forget what the episode was called. That's cute. And I think I mean, he does have the winter decal on him, though. He still has all the winter decal on him. According to the stickers. So you can't quite have a regular Oliver. But you can take that part off. Right. The two engines that cause me the most trouble. So, ironically enough, I got a second Oliver, a second Edward, and I think a second Gordon as well, that I ended up giving to Docky Who. Before I finally got the main characters. So there's Percy, or Percy stickers, and there's Percy as Jack Frost Percy. And that looks like, yeah, that's removable too. I don't know about the nose though, and I'm a little less keen on taking that off. Because I don't think there's anything under that. But the top bit, you can take that off. So that's Jack Frost Percy from another episode. I think it was just called Jack Frost, I think. I'm not sure. I'm glad that we went in winter, though. Because it meant that I could get a winter-themed Thomas who comes with his snowplow. I have no idea how this thing attaches. I think it just... Yeah, I think it just sits on like that. Something like that. I was quite happy to see Thomas with his snowplow. So... How cool is that? The two Gashapon that I didn't get from this range was... I got everything else. I definitely got the track. I definitely got the mountain piece. I did not get the Fat Controller and his car. And I also didn't get the Snowman, which is really unfortunate. The Snowman would have just been really cool. But I didn't end up getting it, unfortunately. But yeah, I'm going to keep these inside here, and then I'm going to talk to my friend Docky Who, and see if he wouldn't mind putting the stickers on them for me. Let's get these Gashapons out of the way. Ooh, careful with that, Skylar. You nearly knocked the camera over. Ugh. Let's stretch out a bit. Yeah. Push that up over there. Yeah, so the first stream I did tonight was me taking 10 minutes trying to remove all of the sticky tape from all of the bloody Gashapon. Alright, James, you rolled away. From all the little Gashapon balls that I had to like take all the sticky tape off. Oh. Also from the secondhand store, more pieces of track. Specifically curved track. I grabbed all of the curved track that they had. Because I didn't have enough curved track. So I wanted to make sure I had plenty of it. Now I've got shitloads. I think I might have more curved track than regular track. Okay. Shall we do plush toys next? I think people might like to see the plush toys that I bought. So, starting off with probably my second favorite, or first favorite, I made people very jealous because I bought a Palico. He is very soft. So this is from Monster Hunter. I don't even play Monster Hunter, but I know of Palicos. So again, in the Nintendo Store, Pokemon Center, and everything else that was in Tokyo, there was a Capcom store, and that's where I found this guy. And I was like, you are too cute to ignore. You are coming home with me. This is mine now. They also passed the bean check. So, yeah. I wanted and I got. You're going to sit on my bed. From the Nintendo store, I only bought one plush toy, which was a little sleeping Waddle Dee, as he floats away on a little dream cloud. Again, very fluffy, very cute, and very soft. That was the only plush toy that I bought at Super Nintendo World. Not Super Nintendo World, a Nintendo store of any kind. But I did buy from the Kirby Cafe a plush Waddle Dee, because the Waddle Dees were very cute. So I bought a little plush Waddle Dee waiter. Again, very, very, very soft. And for those of you who watched my stream last night, you'll remember that I mentioned that it took me 2.5 hours to find a Studio Ghibli store, yes? You remember that, yeah? Well, at least they had what I wanted. For the most part. There was one thing that they didn't have, but I wasn't expecting to find it, which was a finger puppet of this little guy. This is a fox squirrel from... I don't know the anime because I haven't watched it. They've become something of a mascot, I believe. So they're originally from Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind. They're in Laputa Castle in the Sky. And then they show up in When Marnie Was There as an Easter egg. The only one that's named is Tito, I believe. T-E-T-O. So, I have seen this plush toy before, and I wanted it, because this little guy can now sit on my shoulder. Sort of. He doesn't sit on there very well. So he can sit on my shoulder, he can sit on the back of my chair as well. So I wanted him. I saw this plush toy in pictures, and he's full of beans, so he's weighted. But yeah, I wanted that one, and right nearby was also a little keychain of these little guys, so I bought a keychain of him as well. Again, I have no idea what I'm going to do with the keychain, but he's there now. The one thing that they didn't have was the finger puppet, because I think there's 1 or 2 finger puppets of the flying fox squirrels. Unfortunately, they didn't have them. Right. That ends the plush toys. That's all I bought for the plush toys. There's still more to go over. This is cool. This is a ticket from a ticket machine from the Kyoto Railway Museum. So what it does is you buy the ticket and it's a blank, or you get the ticket printed and it's a blank ticket. But when you go through the ticket gate, it prints a locomotive onto the ticket for you to show that the ticket's been used. How cool is that? And they're all individual, so Soren and Doki Who got different ones to the one that I got. I lucked out and got a Steam Train, because of course I did. Very neat. There is one thing that I want to show, but I don't think I can show because it has my IRL name on it. You do get a Nintendo Museum card, and it's a bit thicker than a regular card, like just a ticket like this or something like that. This is just paper, but like it's a little bit thicker than ticket paper. Not exactly a card though. And you use it to tap and spend. You get 10 coins at the museum, and you can spend it on like a couple of attractions and such. It also functions as your ticket into the museum as well, so don't lose it. And no, I didn't lose mine. I kept it in my wallet so it didn't get bent. I should probably do the same with that ticket, to be honest. Alright. We're moving into some interesting stuff now. I pull out all of this stuff. Ow. Microphone. Oh. Here's my Kyoto Railway Museum ticket. So that's where that went. Each ticket comes with a different train design on it from the Railway Museum itself. Actually, I'm going to put these on my desk up there so that I can move them and so that they don't get destroyed. Here's that pamphlet for the Kitsune Gashapon that I did. I'm assuming these all have like little names. That dragon, by the way, is called Pansy. According to my Google Translator. What have we got here? I'm actually not sure if I have to. I know I kept it. Aha! There it is. I knew I still had the pamphlet for the dragons. This one's cool though, because it's actually in color. So you can actually see the different dragons. So these are all the names of the dragons down here. Oh! There's a Twitter account here. So yes, that's... According to Google Translate, that's Pansy. So I got a dragon called Pansy. Because of course I did. I would grab Google Translate to translate the names of the others. However, my phone is currently being used as a camera. So that's out of the question there. This little guy is called a Mouflin. I grabbed a pamphlet of this. Now, I did some digging. The problem with Mouflin is it's powered by artificial intelligence. But this functions as a pet. As like a little pet. And it comes with like a little charging bed. So, as you pet it and take care of it, it grows a personality and starts liking you more. So at first it's like it starts off really shy. But then, slowly but surely, it grows to get to know you better. It's a thing to help people who can't have pets because they're either allergic or they're getting too old to care for pets. Honestly, it's very cute. And we actually did see one, and it's been very well loved at the store. But like I said, I did some digging, it's powered by AI, and I'm not too sure on it. They're also fucking expensive. These things are like $700 a pop. They cost as much as a real pet. Wow, yeah, it's my first ride at Tokyo Disney Sea. Yay, I did it. You only get one sticker and it's only for the first ride. This is the explorer's map of Tom Sawyer Island. It looks like there's a lot to do here. There's restrooms, Settler's Landing, Fishing Dock and Pump House, Injun Joe's Cave, Huckleberry Pond, Harper's Mill, Tom Sawyer's Treehouse, Teeter-Totter Rock, Castle Rock Ridge, Fort Sam Clemens restrooms, Boot Hill, Indian Camp, Indian Territory, terms of treaty prohibit entry, Burning Cabin, Tom's Landing, Spinning Rock, Barrel Bridge. So there's a few things around, but this kind of feels like a kiddie area, and there's a suspension bridge as well. That was fun. This kind of feels more like a kiddie area, and this was also more along the lines of the railroad, of the Western River Railroad, and was separated. Like, this was over this side, and you couldn't really get over here. So it looks like it's connected, but it's not quite connected. But yeah. And the barrel bridge was awkward to get across, but fun. You get hit by a boat ride, and the last boat ride is at like...
Hey, when was the last time
I think the last boat ride is at like 5:30 or something like that. And then they just start picking people up and taking them away from the island. So we only just got there. We were on like one of the last boat rides. Barrel and suspension bridges. Tread the barrel... Tread the challenging pathway over the bobbing barrel bridge. Follow the footsteps of early American trailblazers over the swaying suspension bridge. Castle Rock Ridge. Discover a unique grouping of rocks stretching along the island ridge. In this playground of nature, you can ride Spinning Rock or seesaw on Teeter-Totter Rock. Be sure to see the view of the rivers of America from Castle Rock. Then gather your courage and descend into the depths of the castle dungeon. Tom Sawyer's Treehouse. Enter through the hollow tree trunk near Huckleberry Pond and climb to a secret hideout in a tree overlooking the rivers of America. Spy on the Western River Railroad and the majestic Mark Twain riverboat. Harper's Mill. To the early settler, the mill was invaluable for grinding grain into flour and sawing wood. The massive overshot wheel of the old grist mill, turned by a tumbling stream of water channeled in a wooden flume, typifies the pioneers' ingenious uses of water power. Fort Sam Clemens. Fort Sam Clemens is the sole outpost of civilization on Tom Sawyer Island, a refuge from ruthless river pirates. To ward off attacks, the blockhouses are armed with rifles. The Indian Camp. Behind Fort Sam Clemens, a band of Indians has set up a camp for trading furs and provisions. Slip into one of the teepees for a peek at how the Indians lived. Injun Joe's Cave. Explore the mysterious cave where Tom Sawyer and Becky Thatcher lost their way. Who knows, you might find Injun Joe's hidden treasure. The only clue to its hiding place is the sign of a cross. Listen carefully from the bridge over the bottomless pit. Is that someone crying far below? Maybe it's poor old Injun Joe. We didn't actually see that. Your adventure begins when you board a log raft patterned after those that floated lazily down the Mississippi River during Mark Twain's era. Departing from the mainland in Western Land, your raft carries you across the rivers of America. Step onto Tom Sawyer Island, ready for exploration, adventure, and fun. Also, every time they mentioned Western Land, I could not help but think of the board from Mario Party 2. Every time they mentioned Western Land, I'm like, Western Land, Western Land, Western Land. It's Mario Party 2 themed. So here's a pamphlet from Tokyo Skytree. I'm not going to read everything, because that would just take me forever. But, I also didn't do the commemorative stamps. There's a commemorative stamp there that I didn't end up grabbing, unfortunately. But yeah. Gives you a brief look at the area here. And I think there's also, yeah, it says pillars and stuff like that. And there's Tokyo Disneyland Resort. Ah, Kasai Rinkai Park. That's where the Ferris wheel was. And there's also Mount Fuji. I didn't see Mount Fuji. Maybe I just missed it. It was probably in the photos that I took. Yeah, so there's 3 floors of Skytree, and then the 4th floor takes you all the way up to the highest point. I think it starts you off on the highest floor, then you go down, down, and then up to the highest. Yeah, so B1 to the 5th floor. And then you have to go from there to the floor 350, and then from there to floor 445. So, but yeah. So, that's a little pamphlet of Tokyo Skytree. I have no idea where I'm going to put it. I suppose in the VOD you can probably pause it and zoom in, maybe, and try to read everything, if you want to. So here's the Osaka Castle Museum pamphlet. Yeah, for some reason we skipped the 6th floor. It goes from 5th floor to the 7th floor. Ah, yes, that's the guy's name. It was, Toyotomi Hideyoshi. There was a lot of history about him inside the castle, so he has definitely got significance in the castle. And there's probably more information here. There's also another stamp that you can grab there if you want it. That's a map of the castle. And yeah, some more information as well. Huh. It became a designated tangible cultural property of Osaka City in 2025. Yeah, there we go. I told ya. The area around the castle was damaged during the bombing raids of World War II, but restored and turned into a historic site park after the war. Oh! This is the 3rd postcard that I've got. Hold on. Ugh. I put these in here for safekeeping. Did I? No, I did not. They were in here for safekeeping. Oh, no, I know where they went. This is like a little postcard. Yeah. Says it right there. Postcard from the Sega store. I actually got 3 of these. 2 of them were Sonic related, I believe, but we'll see the others in just a sec. Well, he says. We'll see the others later. Who wants a Takara Tomy catalog? So this is like all of the toys and stuff. I'm gonna pick up the camera a little bit. Hey look! Plurail! Different sets you can buy. Gosh, look at the trains, man. Look at all the different trains you can get. Like I said, you can get nuts. absolutely insane with Plerail. There's all the different track pieces you can buy. Oh, don't do this to me. Don't do that. I wanted this. And I wanted this. And I wanted this. And I didn't get any of it. I also like the design of this station as well. I didn't get any of that. Ugh. I checked prices today and the prices were ridiculous. Oh look, it's the Thomas stuff.
Summer's on its way. Is your home or office aircon ready? For new installations,
I wanted that, and I wanted that, and I wanted that. That's James and the Tar Wagons from Dirty Objects. There's Paint Splatter Thomas from Calling All Engines Special. And there's Chocolate Covered Percy from Percy's Chocolate Crunch. And this is an 80th anniversary set. This is an 80th anniversary set as well. Or, I think this is actually just a celebration set of some kind. This is an 80th anniversary set. That's an 80th anniversary set. That's an 80th anniversary set. That's an 80th anniversary set. There you go. I did pick up that one. But not on this trip. I bought that separately. They're still selling the Mountain. And then you have the All Engines Go crud. The less said about that, the better. And then you have the Takara Tomy car range, which is compatible with Plerail stuff, if there's like a little crossing or something like that. I've seen these road pieces being used in videos with Plerail. And all the little destinations and things. They were also making Lego now. So you can get basically Lego Plerail. There was a giant tub. I wanted this, but the tub was huge. And there was no way in hell I was going to get that back to Australia. These are all the Takara Tomy vehicles. Yes, that includes Percy and Gordon and Thomas. Because why the fuck not? There's also a Goku. And various other Dragon Ball characters here. There's also Mickey. And very strange vehicles you've got over here. So you've got Pikachu as a bus. Snoopy as a car. Thomas as a bus. And Mario and Kirby. I think I saw the Mario, but not the Kirby. There's a bunch of Disney ones as well. And of course, there's cars. Hey, there's the gold Thomas that I picked up earlier. And there's more Thomas vehicles as well. Not make the toys out of plastic. What material would be better? Oh, there's a Hogwarts Express now. I know some people are going to find this boring, but bear with me. There's also giant mechas, because of course there are. And there's also little animals and playsets for those animals. Oh, look, there's Zootopia figures too. Ooh, there's a capsule Plerail there. I didn't see that one. Why didn't I see that one? I would have loved that one, because it's got Oliver in it, it's got Toby and Henrietta, it's got Thomas. I only saw the winter one. And a Journey Beyond Soda one, which I think was actually quite old. What's this? I think this is just a Plerail layout thing. Slash sets. So here's a set and here's what you can do to expand it. Gonna have to bust out the Google Translate and read some of this stuff a bit later. Did see that. That was a bit expensive though. So this is from the Godzilla store. And I think they told me this was a comic, but I think this is more just a advertising thing. Yeah, it's a Godzilla. It says Godzilla Times on the front. This is a bunch of information about the movies by the looks of it, and then trying to sell more stuff. It's Hantaro. Also, there's just food. There's Godzilla food that you can buy. Man, there were some cool hoodies though. Ah, yes. See? This is what I was talking about. Check out the Godzilla figures of the EVA models. Oh, I wish I got those, but instead I got that. Although, looking at this now, it looks like... I'm not sure if these are the figures, or if these are the figures, and these are just like the special figures, or... I'm not sure if these are all the figures, or if that's just what they are. And then you get... And then these are just promotional art. I don't know. It looks like these are all the figures, and that's the one that I got. I got Ray, which is that, there, but in that color. In the special color. So I might have actually gotten a rare pull, but let's be honest here. This is the stuff that I was after. Alright. Don't worry, we're nearly done with the pamphlets. I won't bore you too much longer. This is that block stuff that we saw earlier from Plerail. So yeah, Tamika Plerail block. So I picked up a pamphlet of that. And lucky last, this is a pamphlet that came with my power-up band. So this is the backside here. Please download the app. Power Up Band allows you to play in the Mushroom Kingdom, punch blocks, collect coins, explore, discover, and play. So, yeah, surprisingly, this is actually quite accurate. You don't actually have to... I thought you had to hit the band with your... the block with your band. You actually don't. You just have to get near enough to activate it, which was actually kind of cool. Then you scan the QR code on the back of the band. So there is one there. Hang on. Don't know how much of that I should show. And then you play on the app. Here's a map of the park. They don't show you the Kong letter locations though. Collect the keys to take back the golden mushroom. His minions guard the key. Yeah, there we go. The golden mushroom was stolen. Bowser Jr. has locked it away. His minions guard the keys. Collect the keys to take back the golden mushroom. I believe the only key that I didn't get was, or didn't play, was the Koopa Troopa one. We played the Thwomp one and failed. I played the Goomba one individually and passed. I played the Piranha Plant one with a random group of people and passed. And we played the Bobbin one together and passed. The Bobbin one is much easier with 4 people. Tiki Tong has come to steal the golden banana. Set out on a minecart adventure to protect the secret treasure. That's the one thing that I didn't do. Yeah, so there's the key locations. This one and this one are on the, like, together with each other. There's a Mario and Luigi meetup there. There's the Princess Peach meetup. There's a slot machine here. So, yeah. This is not the location of the Kong letters. They are actually inside the park. And there's the DK meetup. There is no Diddy Kong meetup. Don't get too excited. Yeah, that comes with your power band, and the power band is just on that location. But yeah, I got rid of the box. Hi, Doctor. Welcome on in. Alright. It's 10:26 and I've beaten around the bush long enough. It's time for the Plurail stuff. Let's start you off nice and easy. With the track. I bought a couple of points. In fact, I bought 2 sets of points. I bought a 3-way auto switch. So this is interesting because the design of this is from the Tomy trains that I used to have as a kid. But this one's suited for Plurail, so the Plurail engines will activate it this time. The engines used to get stuck on the Tomy train one. These are cool. This is a regular set of points, which I only just discovered was in this packet the other day, but it also has an auto point. So every time a train goes past the auto point, it automatically flicks it out to the other direction. So that's just cool. And there's tips on how to attach it up to the side. So that's just cool. That 3-way point can also be set to automatic as well. Perhaps that corn-based plastic that decomposes in sunlight and the environment if left exposed for long enough. But disposable plastic things are inherently wasteful and are a function of capitalistic access and profiteering. To be fair, you can take those capsule Gashapon capsules and you can return them. So they can be reused and recycled. I just kept them in the containers because I wanted to keep the stickers safe. These are essentially some turnouts for the double track that can be used to place a station platform in the middle of them. So they expand outwards. They expand the track outwards and then push it back in together. And these are also cool. And the last piece of track that I bought, these are double point turnouts when you have 2 track pieces. Or, not 2 track pieces, but when you have 2 lines of track. I have not seen this before until I looked at it on eBay and found them. So I immediately wanted to get some of these. The items they contain too, though. Yeah, that's true. Ugh. But yeah, so I wanted to get these because I usually build double track Plurail stuff, so these existing in the first place is just really cool. It looks like this pack comes with 2 of them. That's the end of the track. And that means it's time to talk about Plurail. Specifically Plurail engines. But before we do that, we need to talk about this. This is Shooting Star Gordon / Streamline Gordon's coach. Streamline Gordon / Shooting Star Gordon comes with one of these. And I wanted a second one, the secondhand store had one. So I bought it. Unfortunately, they didn't have any express coaches, they didn't have any Oyagawa railway coaches, so I'm still missing some of those and I'm going to have to buy them. Recycling of petroleum-based plastics are also not infinitely recyclable. The quality of the bonds that make up the plastics degrade and only last a few recycling operations at best. I mean, I think these are just returned to the Gashapon machines. Maybe. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. I don't know how it all works. Right. I think we're going to start off with a few of the cool, well, of the not quite so cool plurales before we go to the really cool plurales. So I'll push them down the bottom and sort of out the way. Then we'll do... So we'll do the not quite so cool plurale engines. Then we'll do the bane of my fucking existence, because that counts as track. Then we'll do the really cool plurales, and then I've still got something else to show you. So, alright, where are we at? We'll start off with this then. It's a Kirby. It's a Kirby plurale. Because why not? I've had my eye on this for a while, so I was just waiting to go to Japan so that I could pick it up. Of course, though, that's not the only Kirby plurale. There's also another Kirby plurale, and I believe this one actually did exist on the railway, as this photo shows. We didn't actually see this one, and I don't know how old it is. I mean, for all I know, it's probably very, very, very old. And it could also have been released like last year or something. So, but again, it's one that I've had my eye on, so I picked that one up. Here's another one that I've had my eye on, which is Mickey's Speed Express. So it's a Shinkansen in the style of Mickey Mouse. I don't think this one actually did exist. I can tell you that much right now. It doesn't look like it did. This is just a dream sequence thing. But, hey, I've got it now. Looks great. There was another Mickey train that I wanted. It was a steam train, but I didn't end up getting it. And here's a Pikmin-styled Shinkansen. Again, it looks like it actually existed. This one is Pikmin 4 themed. So there's Ochi on it, and Moss on it. And the default character, I believe. So yeah. Okay. Let's talk steam engines. I ended up buying 2 steam engines. Haha. So there was this one, which is a C56160. I'm not sure if this was at the Tokyo Railway Museum or not. I think this is the one that I did... No, this is not the one that I bought from the Tokyo Railway Museum. I bought this one elsewhere, I believe. But I did want a Japanese steam engine, so I bought that one. But then, of course, we went to the Railway Museum, to the Kyoto Railway Museum, and so I bought a C57-1 class, or S53 class engine, which was even better detailed than the previous one I just showed you. I'm not sure if this was exclusive or not, and again, I'm not entirely sure if this one was in the Kyoto Railway Museum. It may have been, and it may not have been. I don't know. I need to check this one out. Ugh. So that's what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 plurales. We're at 6 so far.
E adesso fermati un istante ad
Yes, I
ascoltare
said so
la
far.
pelle. Barriera cutánea indebolita, pelle secca, irritabile, pelle ruvida, che tira. Prova Cetaphil, raccomandato dai dermatologi. Inoltre,
Okay.
anni di ricerca, difende da 5
How the
secondi
fuck am I
qualsiasi
gonna do this?
La crema regenerante
That's gonna move.
barriera cutanea in una sola settimana e idrata per 48 ore. Cetaphil per la pelle sensibile.
I did this wrong.
Scopri i prodotti Cetaphil in farmacia para farmacia.
Yeah. Oh, oh no.
Summer's on its way. Is your home or office aircon ready?
I feel like some of this has to move. You know what? Let's take a quick break.
Most trusted in air. Don't sweat it through summer.
If I can turn around very carefully without striking the desk with my back like I did before and without knocking the mobile camera over. Let me take a real quick break. I mean, I'm still here, so feel free to talk to me. I'm not going to go away anywhere. I just need to move some of this stuff out of the way. Let's shove the plurale, or the capsule plurale, over there. It's mainly this stuff here. I need to get some more stuff anyway. No worries. Ugh. God, this is such a mess. And it's about to get so much worse. Oh boy, you are not ready for what I'm about to show you. I think this is very cool. I don't think anyone else is gonna think this is very cool. I think I'm gonna get a lot of what the fuck, Skylar. Right. Things are out the way. Oh, aside from Pansy. Pansy, you can go back up there onto the thing and out the way so that I can do this. Oh. Right. Okay, here we go. And you can't see anything because the phone turned off because it's not active. Hey, there we go. Right! Ugh. Who's ready to see the bane of my existence? Also ignore the Lego. This thing caused me a fucking ridiculous amount of stress. I had no idea how in the fuck I was ever going to get this thing home. All attempts failed. I went to the post office. They did not have a box big enough. I went to buy another suitcase. I ended up buying a small suitcase thinking it would be okay, and that I could just store it into my big suitcase that I took with me. That failed. So, having bought this early on in the trip, it caused me a great deal of anxiety. And I'm sorry to disappoint you all, but it's more plurale. Oh boy. Get ready for this thing. How am I gonna grab you? You're over there. Just off camera. Alright. Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here it comes. Timber. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. Oh boy. This thing. This ginormous fucking thing. This thing had to sit on top of my suitcase for the entire trip. Whenever we moved to a different location, this thing was strapped to the top of my suitcase. And it stuck out the side. However... Ugh. This thing is packed. And that gives you an idea of the layout you can create with it. This thing suits 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tracks. Can store 2 locomotives. And I saw it on a YouTube channel. I saw this originally on a YouTube channel somewhere. Because before we went to Japan, I watched a bunch of Plurail videos on YouTube. They had one of these. And I was like, that is cool as fuck, and I want one. And I looked these up, and realized they were quite old, and figured I'm not gonna get one. And then we walked into that secondhand shop that I've been talking about a bit. Do you want to know how much this cost me? Because I promise you, the amount I paid is going to shock the shit out of you. This cost me 3,800 yen. This big, in a box, 38 bucks. That's quite the fucking bargain. And you bet your ass I'm going to get it out of the box right now, because that would be a shame if I didn't. I want to show you this. Is it up the right way? I don't think it is. Hold on. What? Oh, by the way, that gives you the general gist. That photo there gives you the general gist. I was going to say something in the hundreds at least. That's what I was expecting. But then I looked at the price tag, and it was literally 3,800 yen. And I'm like, oh. Oh, I didn't tilt. I did not tilt. Correct. Oh my god. Where's the little guys? Out you come. So you have the little Plurail people. Ugh. Look at the size of this fucking thing. Ugh. Oh my god. The only thing is it doesn't come with the little shield at the front. This seems to have been lost. And I think this part might be slightly malfunctioning. Maybe. But it is on there. Also, this thing is on wheels and you can push it around. You know, because why not? The wheels actually work. Alright. Well, there's the open button. Ugh. And there's the instructions. Take a look at that.
Sweet, spicy honey sriracha sauce to that big brekkie brain. Ronald's, of course. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Available until 11:30 a.m. for a limited time.
Oh, that's how that comes off. You press a button. There's a little button over here. So there's a track on the inside. There's 3 tracks here, including a switch track.
Essential tracks, all in one playlist. Brought to you by our friends at Uber Eats. Get almost anything on Uber Eats.
A track on the inside, and if we swing it around, there's 2 more tracks on this side as well. Oh my goodness. Oh look! The little gate's shut too! Oh, that's cute. When the engine's allowed to move, the gate's shut. I only just noticed that. Oh, that's cute. These things here are little stoppers. Whew! There is no stopper in the middle, though. Just go straight through. I believe this is actually an old version of the train, and the reason why I say that is because, firstly, it does look old, but secondly, the ones that I have seen, some of the ones that I have seen on YouTube, these are not engine storage tracks anymore. These are actually tracks. Unfortunately, didn't get to see those ones, or didn't get to see that one, only got this one. Ugh. So yes, figuring out how to get this home was the bane of my existence. Cousin Ken, I have no idea if you're still in here or not, but if you are, haha, this is what I was talking about. Oh, bloody hell. This thing is insane. Insanely cool. And also insane. And then it just folds up. I don't think that's quite closed properly. I might have to do that one and that one, maybe? Come on. I know you want to shut. Yeah. I don't want to break it either. Maybe it's supposed to stick out like that. Maybe. I don't know. But yeah. So, seeing that was impressive. I have no idea what I did with the instructions. They must be flitting around here somewhere. Oh, there they are. The instructions are in a bit of a sorry state. Like, they've been sticky taped and such. But yeah, I'm missing... There's like a little flap at the front here. I'm missing that flap. But that's the only piece that is missing from the entire set. And there's a recommended layout there for you. But yeah, this thing is just ridiculous. Absolutely insanity. Like I said, I was very lucky to find it. Oh, also... I don't suppose those are gonna open. Yeah, that one might. These two might not. Oh no. There they are. Yeah, that's the storage base that you saw. But in future models, those actually become tracks. Like actual follow-through tracks. But yeah. That was the bane of my existence. And a cause of a lot of stress and a lot of hassle getting this home. And yes, it did go in checked-in luggage, because there's no way in hell it could go on carry-on. It was too big. It had to be marked as fragile as well. The good news is, when I went to the post office and I asked them how big a box they have, they said, well, this is the biggest box we got, and I'm like, yep, that's not going to do it. So instead, I bought some bubble wrap, and I bought some masking tape, and I just covered this thing in bubble wrap. I used the entire roll of bubble wrap that I had bought, which was not very big, to be fair. And then a bit of the tape. Whew! And after all that, I left the instructions outside. But yeah. Sorry, I just need to slip the instructions back in there somewhere. There we go. One of the coolest things that I bought, the biggest thing that I bought, and the bane of my fucking existence. Oh boy. So, to get that thing home, I tried taking it out of the box, right? And putting it in my big suitcase. It laid down just fine. Like, it fits inside the suitcase, right? But then I go to close the suitcase, and many suitcases have, like, this weird in-between bit, so you can, like, unzip this bit. And that got in the way. No matter how I positioned it, it just started getting in the way. And as a result of that, I couldn't close the suitcase properly. Now that I think about it, though, if I had just left it unzipped and sort of curled it underneath the giant plurail thing, and, like, laid the plurail thing on top of it, I might have been able to get it home. Might have to try that later. We're still not done with plurail. Believe it or not. Now, we move on to the cool stuff. The really cool stuff that I bought from plurail. What would you like to see first? He asks, knowing full well that you can't see anything. How about we start with this? This might not be immediately obvious, but this is a Shinkansen N700 S01, or Series N700A. This, I believe, is the plurail model of the Shinkansen that we actually went on. So of course I had to get it. Soren actually pointed this out to me and was like, hey Skylar, I think this is the Shinkansen model. Is it the N700? And we looked at it and I was like, yeah, it is. And Soren's like, yeah, that looks like the Shinkansen we're actually going on in a bit. And I was like, oh, cool. Because I bought this at the Tokyo Plurail store. Or one of the Tokyo Plurail stores. I think there's multiple. It was in one of the shopping centers. I think this was in the Giant Gundam shopping center, specifically. This was cool. I wanted it, and I got it. And yes, that's what the Shinkansen did look like. So, secondly, you might remember when we ended the stream last night, there was a photo of a particular engine that we ended on, yeah? And if you haven't seen that VOD, well, I suggest you go have a quick look and come back. Well, in the Kyoto Railway Museum, you can buy a plurail of that particular engine. 7105 Yoshitsune, I believe. With the little number 1 on it and everything. This is the plurail model of that engine. How cool is that? So of course I had to get this as well. It didn't take much persuading from Doki Who for me to buy this. Doki Who was just like, hey, oh, look, that's the engine that they had in the shed outside. You should buy it, Skylar. And I'm like, yeah, but I don't have any space left. I don't have any space left. Fine, fuck it. You talked me into it. And lastly, and this is the one thing that I wanted to keep an eye out for, and I am so glad that I bought it. And so glad that I could find it. Don't worry, folks, we're almost at the end here. There's that Gold Thomas. So, fun fact about this Gold Thomas, too. This was the only Gold Thomas I saw in any store throughout the entire trip. And it was the last one they had on the shelf. And I believe I paid about $30 for it. Do you want to know how much this goes for on eBay? $70 Australian at least. I am so glad that I held off. And so glad that I managed to find it. It was just on a shelf with a bunch of other Plurail. There was just so much Plurail on that shelf, I don't even know how I managed to spot it. Because it wasn't facing... Like, there's Gold Thomas on the front. It wasn't facing that way. I think it was facing this way specifically. And I noticed the 80th logo and I pulled it out. And it was the Gold Thomas. I am so happy to have that. This is not the first time Plurail have made a Gold Thomas. There was a very, very special Gold Thomas that you could get at one of the other anniversaries, but it was won via a lottery and only 100 were made. They go in the thousands. So, having a Gold Thomas is just very cool. I will take it. I have been saying that that's been my magnum opus. That and the giant Plurail thing have been my magnum opus for quite a while now. But there's also something else that is my magnum opus too. And to start off with, it's this. So, keeping on theme with Gold Thomas, in another secondhand toy store, I found gold capsule Plurail of Thomas, Percy, James, and Gordon. This cost me, again, I think, about $30. Gold Thomas on his own fetches up to $50 for that. I am not shitting you. Here's a better look at them. How cool are they? They were just there, and I was like, you know what? I shouldn't. I don't have the room for them. And yeah, oh wow, these were made in 2007. Oh my goodness. But again, Doki Who was the devil on my shoulder, constantly saying, "Hey, Skylar, you should buy that. You should buy that. You should buy that." Oh come on, it's not gonna weigh that much. And so I did. I caved again and bought more stuff. This is fantastic. Getting gold engines when I know that they are like $50 a pop and I got 4 of them? That's awesome. Getting this? That's awesome too. So they came with this little tin. However, bizarrely enough, this is too big, and it doesn't fit inside the tin. Unless you really squish it. But there's this plastic card here that's too big, and doesn't fit, no matter how much you hold it. But this tin came in handy for something else.
Taxes and royalties in 1 year. That's more tax than any other industry. It's enough.
And I'm going to take it away, because I'm not going to show you everything that's inside it just yet. Because this...
That's the difference. Australian
Oh!
makes. To find out more, go to that'smining.com.au.
That's where I put the Nintendo card.
From ATO 2223 and EY 25 data.
So that's what that looks like. That's the Nintendo Museum card. I knew I had it somewhere.
To listen to the office stereo. Your workday soundtrack is sorted. Brought to you by now.
And here's those other postcards. Actually, there was only one Sonic card. So these are the rest of the postcards from Sega, by the way. I kept them in here because this tin was great. I love this artwork, though. Let the fun begin. Happy New Year 2026. That was just so cool. And that's it. That's all I have to show you. There's nothing else in that tin. Nope. There's nothing else in that tin. Nope, not at all. Nothing at all could possibly be inside that tin. Nothing at all. There's nothing in that tin. Nothing in that tin whatsoever that I bought these for so that I could protect it. And then I got the tin, and the tin turned out to be perfect for it. There's nothing in that. There's something in the tin. You ready? This was also early on in the trip, and I had stressed out about this a bit because I didn't know how I was going to get this home. Then I found this, the gold capsule Parail stuff, and they came with the tin. I tried putting these in the tin, and it didn't work because they're too big. Because this does not fit inside the tin properly. Unless you squish it. And the card, the backing card, definitely doesn't fit in the tin. But the tin came in handy. Because it was just the right size for something else. And it's something that I've actually, technically speaking, already showed you. But I need to go and grab something else first. I need to show you. Oh, back, out, right on the desk. I need to show you this thing's buddy. Because I have that too. So before I show you what's in here, to give you an idea of what's in here, and I just realized that I didn't put my headphones back on. Being very careful. This is the thing that I am most excited to show you, and I think the thing that people are going to like the most. Because the Plarail stuff is cool, but it mainly caters to me. I don't think anyone else watching is interested in Plarail as much as I am. So here's something I've had on my shelf. Goodness, it's dusty. And all of that dust just went on the laptop. Oops. To give you an idea of what's on the box, and to remind you of what you may have already seen on Monday night, or on Monday night stream, here is its compadre. A boxed copy of Yoshi's Story for the Nintendo 64. And this is the PAL region. With that information inside the tin, is the Japanese version of Yoshi's Story. Complete in a box. For 19 bucks, might I add. I paid $19 for a boxed copy of Yoshi's Story. How cool is that? That tin worked especially well for getting a cartridge. Well, a boxed copy home. I am so glad that I ended up buying this tin because I have no idea how I would have gotten this home safely. I think there's a little bit of a ding up the top there, but otherwise it's in immaculate condition. How much is that on English eBay? Let's find out. So a Japanese import copy is $6.18 plus $3.53 delivery from a company in Australia. That's just the Japan cartridge. A copy of the cartridge itself looks to be about $32.88, but they're also from the US. I'm seeing US, I'm seeing Canada. There's a $14 one from Japan, or of the Japanese cartridge, but it's $14 located in Australia. $3.80 plus $4.80 delivery located in Japan. There is a $15 boxed copy and manual and game cartridge plus $11.99 located in Japan. So, yeah, surprisingly cheap. There's a biddable copy for $22.50. There's a boxed copy in Australia for $83. I did not pay that. I paid more for my boxed copy. There's a boxed copy of the Japanese game for $110.70. There's a boxed copy of the Japanese game from the US for $24. There's an Italian copy for $1,530 in the box. So surprisingly, this game is actually quite cheap. But I bought it whilst I was in Japan. That looks like a release date on the top there, 1997. That sounds about right for Yoshi's Story, actually. I just like the design of the Yoshi Story box art in Japan, which is why I wanted it. I'm probably never going to take this thing out of the plastic wrap that it's in. I might take this off if I can help it, or if I can try to take that off. I'm not going to try it tonight though, because I'll be rushed. So I think it was $21 because I think this is the taxable amount, and that's the tax-free amount. But $21 is not bad for a boxed copy of Yoshi's Story. Not at all. For now, I'm actually going to put this back inside the tin, alongside the postcards and things.
I should really get out. Ooh, papaya hair mask. 7 minutes. Fuck it. Why not? What's an extra
I don't think that was the first night we were there. It was like the second or third night we were there that I got there. That fits really well. I know, right? It fits so good inside the box. Like, the box was made to ship a Nintendo 64 game home. It was just perfect. So, and with the box being inside of this, it sure wasn't going to move around much. And I had to take this home because of the capsule plurale that it came with. I wanted to protect them as well, so... It was just perfect. That whole thing was just perfect. It worked out so well. It gave me an answer for something that I was stressing about, because I did not know how I was even going to move the box of Yoshi's Story to say, Kyoto or Osaka. Because I bought that in Tokyo on, like, within the first 5 days was when I bought the Yoshi Story. And it wasn't until, I think, towards the end of the Tokyo trip that I bought the gold capsule plurale that came with the tin. And through experimenting with the tin, I realized that the capsule plurale didn't fit, and that's probably why they were in this protective casing. But then I looked at the tin, and then I looked at the box of Yoshi's Story, and I'm like, I wonder if that fits. And I just plopped it in, and I was like, oh, that fits perfect. So I ended up not needing these, because I bought these because I was trying to protect the box of Yoshi's Story. I don't think these would have done much to protect it. They probably still would have squished down. Hi Blue, welcome on in. You were on a 5-stream streak. My goodness. That means you were watching the last couple of streams before I went to Japan. So yeah. That is everything that I bought in Japan. And now I have to clean up a mega mess. Oh, bother. But yeah. Let me see about putting this plurale away. And the English copy of Yoshi's Story can go over there for the moment. I can put the track away and all the pamphlets away that I've got and collected. Ugh. Now, I have to find a place for all of it. Good luck with that. The plurale boxes are full enough already. let's get you off the screen, because I didn't buy you in Japan. In Japan, so. But yeah. Whew. That is everything that I bought in Japan. Oh, careful, Skylar. Oh, I'm sorry, Blue. I did not even see that hydrate. Let me... Hold on. Let me break for a sec. Cancel out of that. Ugh. Put you over there. Take headphones off. You can go back up there. The clothes can come off the chair for a minute. Ooh, move the box out the way so that I can swing my chair back around. Move this out of the way. Ugh. And shut down the laptop. And move it away a little bit so we don't step on it, because that would be bad. Ugh. Unplug. That. Being very careful not to touch the Ethernet cable, because that would be bad. That would immediately end the stream. Let's not do that. Can I sit down now? You know, not on the floor. Ow, my back. Ow, my back. Oh. I stood up at one point and I slammed into my back, and I slammed into the desk with my back, and that's quite hurt. Ow. My spine is not fine. No, it is not. But that concludes the stream of everything that I bought whilst I was in Japan. Why would you do that? Because I am literally like where I was sitting on the floor, the desk is practically right behind my head. So as I go to stand up, I smash it with my shoulders. Luckily, I don't hit my head because the desk is too short for that, but I'm smashing it with my shoulders unless I curve my back in such a way that I avoid it. Ugh. I have to be very careful. It's either that or knock over the phone. Holy smokes. So yeah, that is all the stuff that I bought in Japan, and all the stresses that I had trying to get half of it home again. So that's 3 streams of the Japan trip done. This was where it was supposed to end, by the way. I was supposed to do the reflection/thoughts tonight, but it took 2 nights to go through all the photos. So tomorrow night, we will be streaming the final part of the Japan streams, which will be talking about reflections and closing thoughts. I'll be in VR chat for that one. I'm gonna jump into VR for that one. I've got an entire list of things to talk about, so I'm going to jump in VR chat and we're going to have a chat about that one. I think people will enjoy that. I'm also going to be... Ooh, 3D Goober, yes. I'm also going to be a little bit more... whatchamacallit? Not sensitive, but... open, I guess? It's not really the word that I'm looking for. I know there's a word that I'm looking for, but I can't think of it right now. But I'm going to be quite... I wouldn't... I think emotional is a good word to describe it, but that's not the word I'm looking for. The word that I'm looking for starts with a V. It's not volatile? Introspective? No. And it's not... Vulnerable! Thank you! I believe that is the word that I'm looking for. Vulnerable. I'm going to be quite vulnerable. It is going to be a little bit heavy or a little bit heavier than you might expect. So just be aware of that, because there were points on the trip where I was not mentally fine. And I will preface this very, very clearly, just in case any of my friends who were on the trip with me are watching this. It had nothing to do with you whatsoever. I got into my own head. And I did this very early into the trip. I knew it was going to happen. I did nothing to stop it from happening. And I spiraled very quickly. It has nothing to do with anyone. It is my own fault. And I'm going to reiterate that tomorrow. But there's also a bunch of other fun points that I want to talk about. Like, for example, my favorite ride. What was the favorite moment of my trip? You know, there are going to be cool things that I talk about tomorrow. But the first few things are going to be quite heavy and quite vulnerable. I'm going to put myself into not necessarily a position that I don't like, but a position that I am aware of that I need to do better in, if that makes sense. So, yeah. I've got the entire list typed up in a Word document now, so that's good. I should probably transfer that, actually. I definitely didn't type that up at work. Nope. Nope. Not at all. So yeah, I will transfer that over so that I have it, and then I can refer to it whilst I'm streaming VR chat. I will try to be live at the usual time, but I have been rather late this week, and I've been kind of just stretching things and pushing things around, and the things just haven't worked out too well. Like, this stream itself was late, and then it was later even... Scrub the document metadata to avoid accountability. I typed it up on my laptop. Don't worry, I'm fine. My laptop is a personal laptop. They won't know. But yeah. So I will try to be live at the usual time, but VR chat can take a little bit of setup time. Alt F4 the document. It will take a little bit of setup time. At least publish the date created and date modified data. It's fine if they never see it. Like I said, I'm going to try to be on time tomorrow night, but all of these streams have been off time. Like, this is the third attempt at doing this, and I can tell you right now, if it didn't work out as well as it had done, I would have crashed out completely. Oh look, I can actually mute this now that I'm sitting at my computer. So, but yeah, I will try my best, find a world. Remember, my privacy and security policy is set to paranoid. But yeah, it could take a little bit to set it up. And if worse comes to worse and my batteries in my controllers do die, because I don't know how long I'm going to be able to last, if the batteries do die, I will just do what I'm doing right now and just go back to VC Face and just continue talking, because I want to talk about everything that I have written down, and it could take a while, so expect a long one tomorrow. Just as though you've expected a long one for all the streams this week, expect another long one tomorrow. Okay, I think that's it. I think I'm good. Then, on Friday night, I will be watching the Pokemon Direct, or the Pokemon Presents. I need to talk about, I need to chat with a few friends as well, just to see if, they're going to, a long one, this is the median time. I need to chat with my friends to see if they want to join me for that, but we'll see. I don't know if they do. I did ask Crimson, but I did not get a response. So, but that's alright. They've been busy shoveling snow. So yeah. That's gonna be it from me for tonight, because I have nothing else to talk about. I just kind of wanted to get through this all. I'm glad that I did. We probably would have finished about half an hour earlier if things had gone well, but they didn't go well, and it was just a mess, man. Maybe even 40 minutes earlier, to be honest, because of the false start that I had. That's why, like, when I first went live, I was live for 10 minutes, and then I stopped streaming, because I was like, hey, I'm gonna restart the stream, because I've been live for 10 minutes, and it's just been the be right back screen. And the reason it was because I realized that I wanted to show off the capsule plurale, which involved opening the capsules, but I hadn't taken the sticky tape off to open them. So I was sitting there for 10 minutes trying to rush the sticky tape off. But, yeah. So I had to restart, and then things happened, and I had to restart a second time. So, but yeah. Anyway, now you know what I bought in Japan. Do not ask how the fuck I got it home, because I still don't know how I managed to squeeze it all inside my suitcases. But I did have to buy, well, technically speaking, you haven't seen everything, because I did have to buy a second suitcase. Which is what I mentioned. I had to buy a second suitcase. I bought a small one because I was worried about taking 2 giant suitcases on the Shinkansen, because at the time, we were still in Tokyo. So I bought a small suitcase so I could put it in the overhead luggage compartment. Or the overhead shelf luggage compartment thing. So I did that, and yeah. Like I said, the giant plurale thing, it didn't fit inside. I had to figure that out. And Blue and Delimited have been reciting the entire alphabet for the last 5 minutes. Whilst I've been yapping away. So yeah. Now you know your ABCs. Alright. With that, and the fact that I don't think I ever did that hydrate from Blue 14 minutes ago. I'm so sorry, Blue. Next time, won't you sing with me? I am going to raid Cousin Kin. Ooh! Ooh, Cousin Kin, you are playing Blue Dragon! This is a game that I want to play. At some point. Alright. Let's raid out to Cousin Kin, who is playing Blue Dragon. As for me, have a good night, folks. I will see you all tomorrow night for the final stream of the Japan trip. So stay tuned for that. Have a good night, everybody.